happy to. I think I'm dying here, man.
Through the haunted mansions and floors, the creep, they lead us to the places from which we dare not peek. A journey through fear and the realm of the night. In every word they speak, our hearts ignite with fright. Welcome to the horror show, the Deep Cut Podcast, where nightmares come alive, ready to take their blow. Tune in to the chilling delight on the airwaves of the night. Let the darkness grow. Let the darkness grow.
Aw, yeah! It's that time again for another bi-weekly podcast with your hosts, Rotten Roger DeMarco and...
Evilspeak, Evil Dead Inc. Same difference, one or the other.
That's right. It is time to kick into another one of our funky little creations, if you will, our next little block of cinema. And we decided to go with a little Clint Howard Power Hour.
Who's the hardest working man in Hollywood?
Clint Howard.
Who's the world's most handsome man?
Clint Howard.
He can play a geek, a killer, and even a coward. It's the Deep Cut Podcast, Clint Howard Power Hour.
Yeah, my brainchild initially was the Bill Paxton, the six packs.
Packs to the max, baby.
And then you're like, well, we should do that with somebody else. And then your idea was Clint Howard, and you selected, not six, we selected four. We went a little lighter. 4 Clint Howard featured films, progressing from, when he's a younger man, but he perpetually kind of looks like he's in
The
his...
same!
Yeah, like he's, like you just tell by the hair, or lack of hair, I guess. We have early, like, high school quotes
air
age.
quotes, for sure.
Clint Howard. Then we have, rebellious teen kind of, like early 20s, what's he doing with his life, Clint Howard. And then we kind of get into, like, grown adult Clint Howard. What are you going to do with the rest of your life? Try out different professions, I guess. So Clint on the job.
Absolutely. I think, so yeah, going back to him being, like, perpetually the same age. I've seen pictures of him as, like, a child, which he has, like, those, he has very, like...
Even 6-month-old Clint Howard looks like Clint Howard.
Yeah, he does. But it's like he's either in elementary school or he's, like, filing his, 401k or whatever. Like, there's no, like, in between.
He's the worst person. Like, you see sometimes those social media posts of, like, what so-and-so, the celebrity, looks like as a baby or in high school, and you're like, whoa, they look totally different. No, it just looks like you babe-ality'd Clint Howard.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the teeth, I think.
The
like,
forehead, like the...
Yeah.
Just how his face just is, man. Like,
which you heard it in the little jingle, because I say, 2 things about Clint Howard. 1, he's the hardest working man in Hollywood, and 2, he's the world's most handsome man. It's an acquired taste of a handsome man, but he's actually a pretty fit dude.
Yeah.
He's a fit dude. He's just got a face only a mother could love. Type of deal.
he rocks like camo shorts a lot nowadays.
Yeah.
And yeah, the seemingly fit, cool guy. I got to meet him a number of months back.
Jealous.
Nice guy, yeah. The wife insisted I had the story because we went to get photos and she put her arm around him. He's like, please don't do that. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, no. Gary Busey ruined it for everybody. So he's just playing safe, but he was a very, very nice gentleman, and very much promoting a movie coming out that is a sequel that may or may not be something we cover in a number of weeks from now.
So that's a sidebar that I wanted to get into before we jumped into discussing this movie, which you clicked it or you auto-downloaded it so you know what we're covering, but we haven't officially said. But let me just backtrack a smidgen. Clint Howard, specifically, 2 movies in this 4-pack that we're covering, holds a very near and dear spot to our lore, if you will. Like when we first started hanging out, we bonded, I believe, the very first time that you stayed here over 2 of the movies in this 4. We watched and we were like, well, yeah. That's, I think, when we officially knew that we were buddies forever, when we were like, yeah, we both love these movies. And this is a newer one to me and to you, I think. So,
yeah, this was one Shout Factory got a hold of. We're covering Evilspeak. This is the one I think features Clint Howard the most of the 4 movies we're gonna do, because this is him super young. Backstory is his parents died in a car accident. Very Tony Stark-esque, I guess, of him. He's some kind of super genius, a very smart guy, and they, for whatever reason, sent him to military school. And
give him that discipline, son.
Everyone in this military school, like everyone on the soccer team to the pastor of this place, just hate him. And assuming he's just a screw up nonstop, and give him just the worst kind of detailed jobs. And just because, like, why are you such, like, I feel like everyone has that reaction like Rob Riggle has in Step Brothers, where he's talking to Will Ferrell, like, I see your mouth moving, but all I just want to do is punch you in the face.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone, I feel, just wants to punch his character Cooper Smith in the face, AKA, and he does nothing to deserve any of it.
Cooper Dick, which is probably said more than his real name in this movie. It's a very like Duncan Pinderpuss class act type of deal. Like, no one ever calls him by his real name. It's always Cooper Dick. And
Cooper Dick's coming.
So you basically hit the nail on the head. That's the brief plot synopsis in a nutshell. Is Clint Howard is just unjustly picked on for an hour and a half, and
yeah, I don't even think I was 10 minutes into this movie, and I'm like, I cannot wait for Clint Howard to eventually just start kicking somebody's ass.
Yeah, please disembowel them all,
because he does not deserve any of the treatment going. He literally does nothing to provoke it. The most you could claim is, everyone has to play on the soccer team. Everyone has a right to play. It's a line they drop several times. Everyone is allowed to play on this team. And they just keep blaming him for not getting a goal or missing something. And I was like, that's your whole linchpin, is you have one, like, this is supposed to be a team kind of effort. Why isn't even the coach like, this is supposed to be a team kind of effort? If our thermal exhaust port, weak spot is this one guy, we really should work on a whole lot of other things.
Yeah.
We're going to lose this whole match because of Cooper Dick over there.
Makes zero sense. Practice with him. Help him get better. That's why I hate team sports, to be honest with you. Because they, all the alphas always are going to be like, well, you missed something, so you're like the world's worst person. And
if this team was, plane crashed in the Alps and left to survive for 2 months, they would have eaten Cooper Dick day one.
Yeah. And he would have still been alive. They'd have been like, why are you trying to eat me?
There's still peanuts and wine we could have.
Shut up.
God, I hate him. Even eating them, I'm like, I still don't like. He tastes like shit.
Tastes like he can't play soccer. It's and we come from a different time, and a lot of the people who listen to us are around our age. You can tell by our metrics on the Spotify and the YouTubes and whatnot. So we're no stranger to a lot of the like body shaming and the bullying. Although I don't know that movies always like really, really exaggerate it. It's always like you gotta hate the jocks because they're like the world's worst. But like, man, these guys are up a level. This is like Carrie to like the nth degree of how bad they treat this kid. Like they, again, completely unwarranted.
Because in spots he kind of is like, they're like, you're like, they start blaming him for missing that goal, and he's like, I'm trying my best out there. It's not like he's like, the most he is when they take his hat off and throw it out the window, and he kind of covers for them, which should warrant at least a little bit of leeway from these guys. But I even wrote down as my notes, I was like, even the fat kid is bullying this guy. The fat kid is notoriously always your prime target for bullying in cinema. It's just right there. But he's right along with all the top jock guys on the team. They're like, isn't Cooper Dick really just a pain in the ass?
But they do haha. One of my favorite tropes, I said the word, just to let you know that the fat kid is fat. He's always eating, so you can go, he's fat, get it? Like, constantly. Every time you see him, he's like eating something.
Or he's the last to show up for things.
Yeah, because he's slow, because he's fat, get it? But he still is not picked on.
Yeah, they're just like, come on, man.
Yeah, so
hurry up and get up here so we can make fun of this guy.
A prime example is like Creepshow 2. They still pick on fat stuff. Even though he's part of their crew, they pick on him. But they don't even acknowledge that this fat fuck is a fat fuck at all.
I feel if someone did that, be like, dude, not cool.
Yeah, not cool, bro.
We're here to pick on Cooper Smith.
Yeah, we're a military unit, bro.
Yeah. How is he still this overweight and in a military academy on a sports team?
Extra.
And he's not the goalie. Like, you would put him as the goalie, is that?
Oh, like the Sandlot kid in the big green or whatever?
No, it's just plain physics, man. You got somebody that's big and hefty, you put his ass in front of the goal, so at least if he can't knock the ball out of the way, he has at least the 60-30 shot of it hitting him.
Yeah, because he's covering 60% of the...
And 10% is always, wild card.
Yeah, he has to actually move to block those. Yeah, so let's get into the fact that we start this movie. I mean, yeah, like you said, he's constantly bullied. He's ridiculed. But we start this movie with him on punishment, which I brought up to you last night. Like, we're not really even privy to why he's on punishment. He just is. So we were already like, oh, so the school already has it in for him, or he's a fuck up, but he doesn't really.
Because even the coach pulls him aside and be like, the coach is literally plotting in the locker room like it'd be a shame if something happened to him and he wasn't able to play.
Someone would have beat his ass up and down, or they drug him. Yeah, the whole
9 feet away from where he's standing there, he's talking to his head player, and he's like, if he's just injured, he can't play.
Or if he fails a drug test, which is like the weird little subplot where they're like, they have the two girls go have him smoke weed, and they're like, we'll tell.
And he's not even smoke. They literally are blowing smoke in his face. And that like annoyed me, because it's like behind the bleachers at a game. He's standing up for himself. He gets outnumbered. They pants him right there. And he's just kind of defeated for a hot minute, just laying face down with his pants around his ankles. And there comes a preacher like, you disappoint me, Cooper Smith. You know what? You're off the team.
Yeah. Why are your pants off? There are people around. Like, no.
Like, it's just missing. He should just be kicking some dirt on him before he walks past him, or wiping his shoes off on the back of his shirt.
Truman Show, like it just starts raining specifically on...
It does seem to be raining shit on Cooper Smith.
Constantly. So yeah, he's on punishment from the get-go, and we get to jump into him. His main punishment is he's got to clean the basement of this church, which
is not a basement. This is like
a dungeon.
It's the catacombs from an Indiana Jones film that was never made.
It's as above, so below. Like it's
and again,
crazy.
When he comes down, like one of the head guys comes down later, like, why isn't this place clean? And even he's just like, dude, it's a really big place here.
It's a big ass job, dude, and I'm 5'0".
Yeah, and they don't give him supplies or anything. The head commander from Predator is the only person that's down there, and all he does is live in one back room and drink.
Yeah,
and accuse people of stealing his tools.
Yeah. So his whole gig is he's got to clean this basement, and which, sidebar, the movie opens. We got a flash back to Richard Mall.
The opening. The opening is. It'd throw you off, because I feel like my initial notes were like, so am I watching like Jason and the Argonauts type of movie here? And then I was like, holy shit, it's Big Ben from House.
And boobs out of nowhere. Like he shows up and they got to sacrifice this lady. And I didn't remember, because full disclosure, this is like my second, maybe third time ever watching this movie. We bought it when it came out with this Scream Factory.
Yeah, it was a Shout Factory release, and where it's like, it's Clint Howard, a Shout Factory, cool cover art. Like, yeah, we'll pick that up.
Has to do with 80s technology. Color me intrigued.
Yeah, how technology leads to devil worship.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we get this weird opener with Richard Mall and his I don't know, sect, like his crew of
His cult.
devil worshippers, yeah, and they sacrifice this lady, and then we find out via text.
Which is brilliant because they cut this lady's head off and it through the air, perfectly timed with a cut to present day, and it's a soccer ball.
Oh, dude, that's a brilliant dissolve. By the way.
Yeah, this is good.
Spoiler alert: a lot of heads roll in this movie. That
That might be
like,
the only cause of death we get is head separation trauma.
We also get
Well, we have one.
evisceration by wild boars or pigs.
Feed them to the pigs, Harold. We
Yeah.
get a Snatch bit of a reference with Snatch.
A little Hannibal
Yeah.
up in here, yeah. Gary Oldman business. But so then they put, via text, we find out they've put Richard Mall to death. And he's very Vigo the Carpathian, like he vows to live again.
I will return.
Yeah, I will return is the returning motif.
Esteban will return. Which, boy, when you look at Richard Mall, I could come up with 100 names, and I don't think in
Esteban.
100,000 I would be like, how about Esteban?
He looks like an Esteban. Yeah, no, you do not look ethnic in any way, shape, or form.
It's right there with David Lopan.
Yeah.
Esteban, the white cult man.
Yeah. And so, even though he's like a driving force in this movie, he's very minimal. He's in the first like 4 minutes, and then
He's got some face-over shots, which
Yeah.
look pretty cool.
Vigo the Carpathian business.
Yeah, and then, he has just like a quick couple bits here and there. Like, he probably had like 3 days worth of shooting.
Yeah, if
maybe.
even. Yeah, wait for sun up, sun down, and then we're done. Like,
Yeah, I gotta get back to night court and shave.
yeah, and someone painted him, and he's in the church, which I think is hilarious. Like, he's in the chapel. Like, there's a painting of him in the chapel, but he's a notorious, like, devil
cultist.
worshiper. Cultist.
Like, yeah, I was like, I do not feel like we are in the same place that this military academy is founded upon.
Next to
like,
the ocean.
Yeah, like, like it looks like some Clash of the Titans stuff, and then it's like, I don't know, we're supposed to, I guess, assume years later, like, they just built a military academy over this land.
Look at this soccer field. It used to be an ocean.
Yeah. Just pave it out and it'll be fine. And we'll bury this guy just down in the basement while we're at it with a few other random bodies, because it's like a hidden doorway when he's cleaning the basement out to find Esteban's, tomb. But he passes a few full skeletons on the way there. So
Yeah.
like, who are these people? The people that were like tasked with burying Esteban, they just forgot about him and
One-eyed
sealed
Willie.
him in.
It's One-eyed Willie, man. Yeah, so it's just it's bizarre because we go from 0 to 100 pretty quickly. It like he's getting picked on, and somehow, some way, like he finds that book, and then he immediately jumps to communing with the devil. And when you start the movie, this is something that I hadn't noticed the first time I watched it, but when you start the movie and he's playing soccer, he like you, I think you brought up that this might be like he has a lot of hair. He has a full head of hair in this movie.
Yeah.
When you start the movie, he's got like frosted tips. His hair's like down. He looks normal. And then by the end of the movie, he's got like full-blown Eraserhead hair.
Yeah, he's going to look like the character he's playing in the next movie we cover.
Yeah,
a little
so
bit.
Like, he probably was just getting his hair done for that movie. I don't know what years. But, he goes from like absolutely normal hair to crazy, crazy hair. And it's ridiculous.
He looks like if you were in the 1980s or early 90s, you touched something that was electric.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Home Alone, where you can see the skeleton of Marv. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
the Hulkster in Mr. Nanny.
Yeah.
Where those kids set up like the electric thing to like just give him a good jolt after he steps out of a wet shower.
Well, it's been a minute since I've seen that. I think the last time I watched it, you might have had it on at your house. But
Probably.
Yeah, so immediately we jump to, well, of course I'm getting devil power. I'm going to be a devil minion or whatever, and the book holds the key.
Which partially you're like, why is he jumping to this awfully quick? But at the same time, you're like, well, even like the priest of this military academy doesn't like him.
Yeah.
And the very Nazi-like school teacher, like everything he said, like he just sounded like, "What is the problem?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Such a and
got the Walther PP like.
Yeah, he's got the Walter pistol kind of mentality, which again, even he hates Cooper Smith, when he's in, I have one scene where he's doing like teaching a class, and he's picking on Cooper Smith
because he's late. Yeah,
and yeah, he's late, but this entire class could give a shit less about whatever the hell he's saying. There is literally, my other note was, it's boogers and bare ass magazines in this scene, because we cut to a dude just picking his nose, sticking it in between 2 pages of a book, and then another kid is reading a porn mag with a full bare ass exposed to whoever's looking at the front of the class.
Not even trying to hide it inside.
No,
of
it
this
is
textbook.
plain as day. Like,
I'm reading porn.
I'm reading porn and picking my nose. Better come over here and stop me.
Home Alone reference. Deep cut.
All that's going on. He's like,
And you're
Cooper
late,
Smith,
you fucking idiot.
how dare you show up here late?
Yeah, you fucking moron.
Not one nose problem, not one dirty magazine. You show up with books and shit.
So yeah, so another reason for him being late. Like, one, they cut the power to his alarm clock, which is a dick move. But then they tie his uniform into a million knots.
That's a pro wrestling rib. A bunch of guys used to do that. Would tie somebody's shirt to their pants in a really tight knot, and
that's the biggest asshole maneuver ever. Because
And he
even if
never-
you get it untied, then he would like look.
look like a homeless man just pulled this on out of the garbage. And he never exposes anybody's, like, he never's like, they tore my alarm clock out, they tied my clothes up, they threw my hat over by the sprinklers. He never outs what they're doing. He threatens to.
They broke his catapult.
Yeah, this is straight breaking his shit.
They kill his dog.
We haven't gotten that yet.
No, but so yeah, and that's another weird thing that movies like this do, is we're gonna kind of go the extra mile to show you how pure he is. Like, he's not, like you said, he doesn't rat on him at all. He doesn't really fight back. He's
He has
soft.
one friend, really, and it's the black kid who's the only other black kid in the school. Is like, hey, what's up, Cooper Smith?
Stop picking on him.
Yeah, he has 2 people that do not pick on him in the entire film.
Which I told you last night catches me off guard, that the hefty cook, whatever.
Yeah, one of the days he's cleaning, and they're like, go upstairs and get something to eat, for God's sakes. You need to just go eat something. And of course, it's like the cafeteria's been picked clean.
Mess is almost over.
Yeah, and they cut to this cook who, like, from your initial reaction is like, Jesus, where's this going to lead to? Because it's just a big, heavy dude, sweaty in a, like, cooking apron. Like, I've seen Sleepaway Camp. I can only imagine where this is going to go.
Yeah, we all know where this is going to go, and that's where I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, but he's totally like, man, what you like steak? And cooks him a big ass steak right there. Is like, yeah, just eat this. It's cool. And like hanging out with them, has a mess of puppies, and is like, I don't know if that one's going to make it. And that's when Clint Howard goes into this whole kind of like self-referential speech of like, well, you got to fight and claw to get your way through this world. This poor little guy doesn't have much of a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take him to the basement because I can't keep him in the dorm.
we're flashing Wayne's World Oscar moment. You know what I mean? Oscar speech. Like, he does it's good.
That's a nice speech, but the whole time this dog is introduced, and I'm like, so when's this dog going to be sacrificed?
Yeah, ASAP. He makes it a little while, but there is, so going back to when he's eating steak with the
he eats that whole steak too. He's like fat and all. Like, that plate is clean.
There's a spot, and it's so minuscule in the grand scheme of the sequence, but the chef says something to him, and Clint Howard like looks up, and he's got like his mouth full of food, and he smiles, and it's like an eye smile. You know what I mean? Like when it's a real, genuine smile. And like, it's one of those things where it's like heartbreaking, because you're like, man, like, again, this whole like Clint Howard 4-pack is kind of a silly joke, because we love Clint Howard, but you cannot discount the performance and like he's pulling from somewhere, and it's good. It's fucking good. And so you root for him, even though he goes the devil route.
Yeah, you are not like, this is the best propaganda Satanists could use to convert people right here.
Yeah,
100%.
military school.
Because, yeah, you're not very much in this movie, and you are definitely on the side of like, Yeah, he should just enlist devil powers against these people because
just
everybody sucks.
Just imagine if Andy Barclay teamed up with Chucky in Child's Play 3 and just like, all right, fuck all of y'all.
Yeah, it's just we joke he's the most handsomest man in Hollywood, but it's like you definitely have some type of it factor when you can really pull at somebody's emotions and heartstrings as fast as he does.
Yeah,
I feel even with Carrie, it takes not too long, but a little bit before you're really like, man, you just want to go in arms swinging against all these people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I feel it in under 15 minutes.
Yeah, this movie wastes zero time getting to the point of
people hate Clint Howard, and you're going to hate them for hating him.
Yeah, 100%. And so he gets this book, and he starts translating this book, and he becomes kind of infatuated with trying to figure out harnessing Satan's power. And he needs these certain things, and then the book comes up missing.
Which he uses, remember, this is the early 80s, so he uses a computer.
Apple II, baby.
With some amazing Atari-level sound effects and graphics. We get a very Atari-looking, like, pentagram constantly. Oh. They love that pentagram shot on the PC there.
It's expensive, baby.
You know.
That noise. Yeah, you nailed it.
Like, it sounds like you're, like, any door you walk through in an Atari game.
Yeah.
He's using this to decode everything and translate stuff so he can get this power from this book. And in one of the meetings he has to go, and I guess the head of this school is like, I haven't ridiculed Coopersmith too much today.
Yeah.
It'd make me feel better if I did it some more, and then paddled him at the same time. So he calls him in the office.
That's so weird.
Chews him out for just being a screw up, and it was like, he literally assumed the position and gets paddled. And while this is going on, he is always carrying a stack of books because he's a very smart nerd guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's a nerd, get it?
He forgets one of the books in the secretary's office, and the secretary is infatuated with this pentagram looking eyeball.
She's trying to
center
steal them
of this
jewels
book.
For sure.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm stealing this book. So she just slides it into her desk. He comes back later. He's like, did I leave a book here? She's like, no.
What book? Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely not a book with a weird symbol on it in my desk. That is for 100% sure. You talking that book?
You left that weird book?
You mean that brown book with the symbol on it right here? Have not seen it.
Never seen it. Don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. So she's gonna jack this book and steal these. That's what I'm assuming is she's just trying to break the jewels off of it.
Yeah, she just wants. She could care less what's in the book. She just wants the little symbol that's on the front of the book.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, that really annoys because this military academy also has a pig farm.
Really annoys the pigs. Do pigs have anything to do with the devil? I mean, warthogs? I don't know. I mean,
pigs will eat anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, the devil face that keeps getting superimposed is very pig-like, warthog-like, that blue like pig.
Kinda. The pig farm threw me, and the other thing that completely threw me that I thought was like, why is this scene here? Is there's at what this clearly looks to be like an all-boys military school, and at one part they just cut to a scene where they're at like a beauty pageant for crowning Miss Heavy Artillery.
Yeah, which
for
means
these kids.
Boobs is what they're talking about. In case you don't get the entendre.
And I was like, who the hell are these people? Why are we all of a sudden at a beauty pageant? Who are these three ladies?
Maybe those.
And clearly the first one won. She won, but they gave it to the one in the middle.
Maybe they were like daughters of the producers or something. You know what I mean? Like they kind of.
Well, where did they come from? Where did they go?
Yeah.
What is she going to be? Who is Miss Heavy Artillery for? Are they doing like a
calendar shoot?
They're doing a calendar? Are they doing a parade? And she's going to have a sash?
Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It is weird now that you mention it. And it's just an excuse.
There's 4 women in this movie, and 3 of them are in the beauty pageant.
Well, then the 2 go down to the basement.
Yeah.
Which are there the catalyst to like, hey, Coopersmith, come smoke weed with us, and like they're being like sexy to him, and like they're the whole setup. Which that's got to be the beauty pageant. Is the only reason they put that there is they need an event to happen. so that they can do that to Cooper Smith. Like they bet when they were writing it, they were like, well, it can't be a soccer game because he plays fucking soccer. Beauty pageant? Sure. Like, it's really weird.
Yeah, that right there with the pig farm is strange, because one of the tasks that he's assigned, along with throwing trash out and cleaning a basement, is he's feeding the pigs, watching after the pigs, and the pigs can sense when the secretary lady's trying to five-finger that symbol off the book, and they break through some wood restraints and chase after him, which leads to a kind of gross sequence where, I mean, Clint Howard's covered in mud and shit from head to toe from getting away from these pigs.
Yeah.
Goes back to his dorm, and of course all the people are like, "Ooh, you stink, Cooper shits," and he just lays on the bed, like he doesn't change nothing to a full, shit covered clothes. Just lays on the bed and is like, because at that point he's like, I don't care anymore. Just shoot me here.
It's very. I wonder if Onyx the Fortuitous was pulling from that when he comes home and lays down in his bed and he's covered in all the food and he's like, I hate my life. Like,
covered in food and cat shit.
Give me any life other than this, even if it means praying to the devil or God. Like, again, you feel so bad for this guy. And but these pigs, man, I'm thinking maybe they got to have a pig farm because they got a bunch of military kids to feed. They have a strict pork diet.
We have pulled pork sandwiches,
bacon with
more
pulled
bacon, pork chops.
Yeah, put some ham on your pork chop.
Pork is the shrimp of the farm.
I suppose that's true. I guess I don't know.
That's sure. Yeah, secretary takes the book back to her place. This is an abrupt like change in pace too, because she's got a roaring fire going at her place. She tries to, take this thing off again, like cuts her finger a little bit.
There's the blood.
Yeah. Oh. And she's fully dressed, sitting by the fire. And literally that fast they cut away and cut back, and she's in just her lingerie.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess on the bonus material, she's one of the people they interview, and she's like, I really wasn't comfortable, with full nudity in this, even though she pretty much does it.
Yeah, I mean,
in the
she
shower
does.
later.
She does.
But she, just wears her little string underwear to the shower, gets in the shower, even though I like her boobs are weird.
They are like, they got a odd.
One looks like the right one looks fine, the left one looks strange.
I hate to be boobist or whatever, but they are oddly shaped.
I was like, that's cool. Just have her look the other way. It'll be fine.
I mean, boobs are boobs, but
whatever.
It's a very like, we need more boobs in this movie sequence.
Yeah, it's an 80s horror movie.
And
we got to have those in there.
The logistics of it, though. Here's the old man in me. Where is her housing? How
on
far?
Campus.
Yeah, but how far from said pig farm is? Because they bust out of the pig farm and they gotta traverse to her sleeping quarters.
Makes as much sense as Jason hopping a bus and going to to kill the surviving girl from part 1 and part 2.
And these pigs do all but knock on her fucking apartment door. Like, I mean, they get to her house.
3 pigs stacked on top of each other,
wearing
like
a trench coat.
Pizza delivery.
Yeah, they break into her house and then eat her in the bathtub. And it's random to say the least. But
you get some great shots of a faux pig head like that she's struggling with up close. Then you get some shots of actual pigs like pulling some shit out of a naked dummy woman.
Yeah, and
in the
according
tub.
to those special features, I guess that they filmed a whole lot more. There was a whole lot more gore involved.
Oh, I'm sure.
Which is sad that it didn't survive, because I'd love to see it, but because it has the potential to be a very disgusting
They probably had the
sequence.
trade-off, being like, you want to have this lady get eaten alive more by pigs, or you want more beheadings?
Or more of her showering.
Yeah.
More boobs or more chewing on fake...
we'll take the latter, sir.
Yeah. We got to have boobs. The distribution company says I need at least 45 seconds of nudity. So, we've got to meet the quota. But so she gets eviscerated. And it has nothing to do with Cooper Smith. It's
just the fact that she stole his book and is definitely not giving it back to him.
Yeah, it's just the book. So he's not necessarily credited with that.
Kill?
Just the devil is, I guess.
Esteban.
Or Esteban is. And,
sure.
And then we get to where somehow, some way, all the kids that bully Cooper Smith they bring up like, we'll get your little dog too, like a little Wizard of Oz. You know, we'll get your dog too, even though they should not know. I don't know how they know he has a dog. There's no evidence of them ever like figuring out.
No, because he leaves it in the Diablo 2 level like catacombs he's in,
Yeah,
which
put you under the
has a
steps.
shitload of candles lit at all times when he's not there at all. Like, because they break in and there's full candles just ablaze going.
Thousands of them.
Yeah. And it's like, who lit all these and why'd they light them and leave? And how is there that much candle still left on it? But
Not safe for the basement of the church.
They come in drinking full, Jim Beam bottles of booze with they're like 4 or 5 guys and 2 girls. So ratio is way off.
They got other holes.
There's a few guys that are like, we're definitely not putting it in tonight, so we might as well just go ahead and go for broke and
be obnoxious as fuck. Like, is that your plan to get laid? Like, they are, especially the main bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna totally fall for me when I stab this dog. Like, what did you think is good? Because they're like petting the dog. They're like, oh, he's
they're
cute
petting the dog, and then that's when the wife's like, there's some like group thing going on there because one guy's like, sacrifice.
Kill
and
it.
Then, then all the other ones out of just like they just like her kill.
Yeah.
And it's off screen, but he just ah! And there we have our first of 3 dead dog props that we will get over this Clint Howard cinema selections.
Yeah.
Only one movie we're going to cover, there is not a dead dog prop in it.
Well, I mean, since we're talking about it, let's just jump right in to that Brown Panty Award.
Oh, baby. It's time to slip into something a little more comfortable. It's time for the Brown Panty Award.
I mean, I don't know if you picked anything different.
No.
Everybody in this movie deserves to die. All of them. Even people that didn't die, that somehow managed to make it out of this movie, they all deserve to die. But Freddy the puppy is an unwarranted... I mean, you need it for the catalyst of the movie to keep going, but animal cruelty, not cool. Plus, that is a super cute little dog. Like, you can't look at that dog and be like, kill it.
They keep going to the same shot of this, like the ears down, like the slight tremble to the head.
Yeah, big old like black eyes.
I like that they tease it for a second because we have the commander from Predator is pissed that his crowbar got swiped by Clint Howard. He's like, you know what? I'm going to twist your dog's head off in retaliation for that.
Like I'm opening a fucking jar of jelly. Like,
yeah. And Esteban, apparently to show off some of the power is like, we'll just do it to him. So that's a cool shot as this dude's head just starts turning around completely backwards.
Oh, yeah.
And you get a great dummy fall of just...
Yeah. Anytime. And if you've listened to us for a while, you've heard Evil and I both profess our love for ridiculous dummy work, and that is ridiculous dummy work. That fall is a good one.
You immediately get an extra star and a half rating for putting any dummy work into your movie.
So is the puppy your brown panty?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I was like, this. There's no options.
Yeah.
That and our perfect execution were just simple as could be.
Yeah. So we'll jump into that perfect execution as well.
What's the craziest weapon ever used? Chainsaws and knives are such a snooze. So get creative when you hack and slash. The more absurd, the better. Just make us laugh. It's a perfect execution. Chop 'em up. It's a perfect execution. Covered in blood. It's a perfect execution. Just make it dumb. It's a perfect execution. And it's always fun. Fun.
Okay. Show me.
Which is yours? I'll let you go since you said as simple as can be.
Perfect execution. I just wrote 3 simple letters. A-L-L.
All of them.
All of them.
All of y'all.
If your name isn't Clint Howard or Puppy, everyone in this movie is warranted to die. Oh, all right, his token friend and I guess the cook. But yeah, they're not in it enough.
Yeah.
For me to think about them at the end, but when I was like perfect X, I was like everyone.
Yeah, all of
and
y'all.
it takes, like I said, it takes me less than 20 minutes to be like, I want everyone in this film to die, and I want Clint Howard to do it.
That's one thing about this movie that I noticed in this rewatch is, I don't want to say it has a pacing problem because it's got enough stuff in it to keep you engaged, but it takes a hot minute before we're exacting any form of revenge. I suppose Carrie's the same way.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, because it's a good 40, 50 minutes before I think it kind of starts, taking off in that avenue.
So for my perfect execution, this is why I went to the segue, because you brought it up. It has to go to Sarge for me, because I think that's pretty much everybody else who dies in this movie, other than the secretary getting eaten by the pigs. They all get sorted, they get beheaded. And so I thought with Sarge, it's a little different. And really, it's Clint Howard's rage, but it's Esteban helping him out.
Puppeteering him, avataring him.
And boy, that's a good one. The head twisting around and just that stupid pratfall with the dummy. It's
that's good, but I feel like it's hard also not to pick, because he starts he's wielding this mammoth, Master of the Universe level power sword.
Oh yeah,
which he does. He beheads a lot of guys, a
church full.
But I feel everybody, if you're a horror fan in any respect, you have seen at least the clip, the GIF of Clint Howard just straight up down thrusting this sword on dude's head.
Oh, just
and it splits right in half.
It's
good. Right up there with that kill from Maniac, as far as the head just blowing the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
and it looks great. And that's the only one he doesn't, I think, decapitate. Everyone else gets their heads sliced off at the neckline.
Yeah,
and some of them look real rough, because I think it's the coach.
You can see some foam. And
like the coach, when they cut his head off, you can see particles
of
some material that's not human flying off with the neck.
Yeah, he looks like what's his name?
Plaster or something.
The fucking robot in Alien. I can't think of his goddamn name.
Bishop?
Not Bishop, the one from Alien, not Alien.
Oh, Alien.
Whatever his fucking name is.
That guy.
Yeah.
Ken Sagos.
Well, Ken Sagos.
Pretty sure it's Ken Sagos.
But the one thing about the Sarge kill, I'm going to tread lightly with my wording, because YouTube doesn't like when we say certain things. So, but there's an implication, if you will, that things are going to go, I'll just say prison rules for Clint Howard. It seems like something that shouldn't happen is about to happen to Clint Howard. Because he even says, I will make, how I make, what does he say? Something like how I take a little boy and turn him into a girl. And you're like, wait a second, are you about to do what I think you're about to do? And then, of course, the power of...
We think he's going to do what the cook, we get the impression of, is going to do.
And so we finally get to that, because we've had a whole movie of every other sort of humiliation you could have, but now we're going to threaten this one word I'm not going to say. Then, he uses the power of Christ power of Esteban compels him to twist this Sarge up like a fucking, I don't know. Just
it literally just
wring him out like a towel.
His head's just...
I can't stop it. Don't want your ice.
Yeah, and that just kind of kickstarts. He's like, all right, the puppy's been sacrificed. The one, instructor comes down and he gets impaled on some overhead lights, which causes him to drip some blood into a cup. So he drinks it, pours it into, his recipe of Satan.
The recipe of Satan.
The recipe of Satan, man. The Atari 2800 told him what to do. And now it's time for, finally, it's been an hour and change. I'm ready for everything that's about to happen. So... like Rey Mysterio, he blows up through the floor. After, of course, the whole soccer team of bullies, just the bullies part of the team, are hanging out in the chapel. It's
really weird.
The Reverend is doing a speech.
Get him hyped up for the big game.
Yeah, and we got Jesus in his traditional pose behind him, and some blood starts coming out of his right hand. The stake comes out right in the noggin of the preacher man. Yeah.
Very, dare I say, like Phantasm? It's got kind of a Phantasm 2.
A little bit.
Or a little Hellraiser 3 business going on here with the church and the, like...
Yeah,
no one. Good.
Yeah, and all you have to do is kill one preacher man, and everyone forgets how doors work because they just start pounding on them instead of looking for door handles.
All we're missing is the Brian De Palma like multi-camera angle.
Yeah.
Of them like one's trying a window, one's trying a door. Like,
yeah, we just need one person just panicking and just kind of going in a fetal position.
The fat kid tramples a bunch of them. Like,
oh, that'd be great. He's just George Costanza-ing his way past people, like grabbing them by the head and slinging them back. But yeah, Clint, Ray-Ray's his way through the floor. He's just, levitating with this power sword. And then the beheadings begin. But don't forget, he also has his loyal army of hogs with him as well.
That just, these hogs come out of nowhere, too.
Yeah, they're just like, we know how doors work. We can fit in here just fine.
They were in the basement.
Yeah.
So after they ate that lady, they just went and hung out in the church's basement.
We're waiting for the call.
Yeah.
And they totally tear up. They kind of trample and eat some of the guys. One dude I love because he's like busting through a floorboard.
Oh, so good.
And like half his body comes out and the pigs pull him back. And then he comes back out again. His face is half covered in blood. And he's like, oh, shit, this is...
Somebody help me!
Yeah, nobody's left at this point. They pull him back and finish him off. And yeah, after several beheadings and pigs mowing down, we have the ending of this movie, which didn't bother me necessarily. But go ahead and go into your spiel. We talked a little bit yesterday off mic about how this movie ends.
It's so... Okay, so... It's random. I want to preface this with something that I would compare this movie to, which I feel is a fair comparison, and I brought up De Palma, and we brought up Carrie numerous times, so I'm going to say, like Carrie. When Carrie reaches its climax, we have, like, the prom massacre, then we have her, she gets to go home, her mom tries to kill her, she does die, she's buried, like... There's like a catharsis to Carrie. There's like a definitive, she passed away, Sue Snell is still alive and has to live with what happened. And, maybe we shouldn't have treated that girl like shit. You know what I mean? There's a reason. There's an ending that feels satisfying. And with Evilspeak, we spend 80 minutes leading up to this church massacre. And there's still fire on screen. Clint Howard just like beheaded the last one, and we just freeze frame to he's in a mental institution now.
Yeah, we're back to text opening like we did at the beginning, and it's like from the accidental fire that happened in this church, and the wife took it this way because she was watching it with me because they say no one survived except Cooper Smith, so she's taking it as even the cook, his one and only friend, like everybody in this school.
The whole school died in that church fire?
Everyone is dead. And because of that, they institutionalized Cooper Smith. He's still alive.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
He's Michael Myers now. They lock him up.
I remind you, he is not dead.
Mm-hmm.
He is institutionalized. But...
Yeah, we got to have the text to say that I will return.
Because we get that a few times as Esteban, I will return. I will return. And now it's switched out, and now we have an Atari-looking Clint Howard face, which would be a great t-shirt as
amazing.
Well. Or a pen.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's Cooper Smith will return. I will return. I will return.
But he's alive. So
he's not dead.
It's just
another movie of... Half of these movies we're going to talk about are very much dropping like there's going to be a part 2. Never happens.
No. It's just nonsensical to me. And I had forgotten how it ended. So I was really vibing, prepping for this movie.
I also completely, I was like, I do not remember at all the other time I watched this how it ended.
Yeah. So
because I kind of threw it on and just had it on while other things were happening.
That's exactly.
And I'm like sitting and paying attention. I'm like, wow, how does this thing end?
And so that ending... It infuriated me because I'll tell you, it was so on Monday nights, Megan has to get up super early Tuesday mornings. So she'll go to bed early Monday nights. And I was still kind of feeling under the weather. I had told you, like, I got sick. And so I was like, I got to prep for these movies. So I got my notebook and everything. And Megan went up to bed at like 8 o'clock. And I'm like, cool. Kids have like dissipated. I'm just going to laser in on this movie because it's the only one out of these 4 that I don't really know that well. So I wanted to get my
undivided attention.
Yeah, and give it all I got. And I'm into this movie, dude. Like, you know, all lights are out, loud. I'm dialed in on every line of dialogue. We get to the killing. Shit is on point. It's hilarious. Heads flying everywhere. Pigs eating everybody. And then it freeze frames and says, he gone. He in a hospital. He'll be back. Like, you should have seen my fucking face. I should have Snapchatted you because I was like, no, you don't end this like that. Like, it's, and I brought it up to you. It's like Brutal Massacre, but our killer's in a different house. Like, how in the fuck? It's either retarded or brilliant. And you just have to be like, it is what it is. You know?
I think my initial reaction was, huh. It was just kind of that. But, you know, a few seconds later, I was like, so I guess this is the exact moment that the last dollar bill was spent. And they're like,
computer graphics.
We are out of money.
Yeah, if we wouldn't have made it flash, I Will Return, we probably could have shot like a doctor being like, he's catatonic now, or at least like one of the guys from the damn hospital or damn school being like, can't believe they're all gone. You know, any 10 more fucking seconds of the day after.
Yeah, just smoke in a smoldering building, and then there's Clint Howard levitating into the back of a sane car.
That I would pay money for that to be the ending.
They're just no selling it too. Like, his feet aren't even touching the ground.
Just levitate.
He turns sideways and goes into the van head first, and then.
That's some Hereditary shit. Like, after the mom cuts her head off and she floats up into the.
That's the true ending of Evilspeak.
That being said, I suppose we can jump into taking a look at Walter Paisley's horror movie survival guide and get one survival tip on how to survive Evilspeak.
You must abide on every page if you don't wanna die. This ancient book will help keep you alive. So pay attention to the tips of how to survive.
You can't tell right now, but I'm using the power of satanic reading to read this without even looking into the book. Stop bullying the super intelligent kid who knows how to use a computer in the late 80s and put him in military intelligence because y'all are lacking it.
Yes, that is the truth. Befriend the smartest kid in the school. I don't know how much attention y'all pay to school shootings, but it's usually a really smart guy. Sometimes it's the smart kid or the weird ones. Make friends with the weird kids. Make friends with the smart ones. Don't kill dogs either. But yeah, definitely like reward the smart kid. Don't
someone, because they acknowledge, like, we really don't like you. You are very intelligent.
Why are you so smart, smarty smart?
This is a teacher even saying this, too. Like, you are a super intelligent guy. We don't like that.
Yeah. Be dumb. You're in military school. You're supposed to carry a gun.
See these grunts?
Yeah.
Do grunt shit.
Yeah. Carry a gun, march over the front line, get shot in the face. Your parents get a flag.
We raise people to be dead soldiers around here.
Yeah. Well, I guess his parents wouldn't get a flag because they're already dead. That's a bummer.
They could stick one into the cemetery headstone.
Yep. There you go. He gets a little one. He doesn't even
Congratulations. Yeah, that's his graduation photo, is him between two tombstones.
I just want the yearbook of him floating with the sword, though, now.
That's the graduating class. It's Cooper Smith.
It's just him. Bunch of fucking headless bodies underneath him.
And the rest of his graduating class.
Center top, Cooper Smith. bottom everywhere else.
Cooper Smith and the rest.
Yeah. The rest in peace.
So, normally it's you that says this, but I'm going to jump in and say it this time. You have a tie-in for this movie?
I do.
It's time for the tie-in. So many movies, so little time. You better pick yours before I pick mine. So watch a double feature. All monsters and creatures. It's a double feature. Oh, death, death, death.
So, when I was watching this movie, I had an epiphany. There are a lot of movies like this, though. I mean, you know, in the grand scheme of things, there are a lot of movies about like an ugly duckling getting picked on and seeking revenge, or the weird kid, whatever. But there is one in particular, for me, that kind of encompasses what this movie's about. And what this movie's about is kind of turning to the dark side, turning to the dark arts. And harnessing the power of Satan or some demon, whatever, to exact revenge on your bullies, enemies. So, and it's a movie I feel that gets slept on a lot, and it's in our wheelhouse. It's weird. So my tie-in is a little movie called 976 Evil.
So that's the Robert Englund directorial debut, is it not?
Yes, it is, and that's Stephen Jeffries, which is another
Cool guy.
Small, kind of a petite dude who kind of radiates pick on me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And by the end of that movie, he's like full blown like demon with like long fingers and long hair, and like kind of gives a little bit of that punk rock heavy metal vibe.
Yeah.
And fucks everybody up, and it's rad as shit, and it's cool. So it fits. It's not necessarily an Apple II, but it's a horoscope hotline, which is also ridiculous. You know, that's another ridiculous thing that we had back in the day. Call Dionne Warwick or who the fuck ever.
900 numbers.
Yeah.
You have reached the coach's hot line.
Yes.
In the game of Nat.
Yeah, $9.99 a minute. Rack up that phone bill and get murdered by your parents. But I just felt like it was a no-brainer. But I'm curious as to what you picked, because there's
just like the Perfect Execution and the Brown Panty. All mine on this week is straight layups shit. So we've already name dropped it many a times. It's the dude version of Carrie. So it's Carrie. You got to go with Carrie.
Yeah. That's not a bad pick, and I don't consider that a layup. I feel like some people aren't going to make the connection necessarily, but
in my head, I think it's really tough not to.
It's close. So here's the thing: I'm not going to bash on Evilspeak, because I really enjoy it, and it's slowly becoming a wheelhouse flick. But the thing about Carrie, and I was thinking about that this week, and that's what Carrie was almost my tie-in. But I think the thing with Carrie is she's a lot more sympathetic. Clint Howard's very sympathetic, but there's something about Carrie White that is like, she's so like wanting to be a part of that crowd, and she's longing to be accepted, and that it makes it like tougher on the heart. Whereas this is like, it wishes it was Carrie.
Yeah, there's no moment where Clint Howard's accepted by the soccer team.
There's no like glimmer of hope for him. I mean, it's just like, we don't like you, fuck you, the whole movie.
Yeah.
And there's never like, we're gonna let you play in the game on Saturday, and it's like a double cross or whatever. You know what I mean? They just make this guy's life a living hell. And Carrie has a little bit more of like a, every time you watch it, you pray it ends different. You know what I mean? You're like, she's at the dance, and you're like, she made it.
So
awesome.
I always want that alternative Carrie where it just is a happy ending. This, you just want to get to the ending. You know it's going to get you.
Yeah, I don't want an alternate ending. I don't want him to be friends with these fucking turds. I want him to kill them all faster.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I didn't pick Carrie, is because I feel more for Carrie White.
Yeah.
And with 976 Evil, it's the same as this. It's like, I don't want him to be friends with those guys. They treat him like shit. I want him to rip their hearts out. I want him to
When's
eat.
revenge coming? It's not coming fast enough.
Yes, revenge, all day revenge. So, yeah, nothing wrong with that though.
Not a bit. Well, we like this movie.
Yes, absolutely.
What about if we hear a little bit from someone who maybe didn't like the movie? How about a 1-star review?
Hated it.
This week's 1-star review. I picked this a long time ago, and I was not thinking about it at all. So I picked one that's very, very long. So this is the one time, and all the 1-stars I've ever done, I'm going to paraphrase. Paraphrase, yeah.
The abridged.
I'm going to give you the 2 key points from this particular fellow from Scuzz, S-C-O-Z-E. How would you say that?
S-C-O-Z-E?
Yeah.
Scoes.
Scuzz.
I scoes.
Scuzz. And how does this make you feel? From February 24th, 2005, officially 2 decades ago.
Wow.
This 1-star hit us. From Scuzz. 1-star, are you kidding me? Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. To put it bluntly, if this scared you, you are a pussy. Pussy with 2 $ S's, so we could get away with it on Amazon.
In 2005, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more impressed that someone saw this in 2005. Like, I didn't know this existed until it got a Shout Factory.
Yeah, that's someone who, I don't know how they watched this movie.
I tell you.
Because it's not something I ever saw on, cable
No.
or TV or even, until the last probably 10 years saw that, gif of the sword swing.
Yeah.
So everything is relatively new to you and I on
Yeah.
this. So I don't know where this movie came from.
I'm impressed.
And where someone found it then.
Yeah, I'm genuinely impressed because I like to think that you and I have our finger on the pulse of horror films, and there's not a lot.
Some things slip through the cracks, though, and apparently Evilspeak is very good at slipping through the cracks.
Yeah. This is slept on. So don't listen to this guy. It's probably not going to scare you, but it's a fun one. If you just want to watch...
Well, it will anger you.
It will. If you want to watch Clint Howard handle that business, son, this is that movie.
If you're a pro-Satanist, this is the most pro-Satan movie you can find, I think.
Yeah. Pro-Esteban, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm part of that Esteban army. Hashtag Esteban head chops.
Esteban forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking Mark Wahlberg that shit.
Just a pentagram. Esteban forever.
But I wanted a pixelated pentagram. It has to look
Yeah. Big
not
blocky
quite real
bits.
circle. Yeah, like weird straight
I
lines and
want
shit.
16 bits of a pentagram.
It's an octagon. They can't make circles on Apple IIs, goddammit. It's not their fault. But on that note, I suppose we'll move on to the last segment, one of our favorites here at the Deep Cut Podcast. And if you've listened this far, please, God, play the game with us. It is time for the prop game.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
It's time to play the game. It's all about that game.
I got the
and
real one back.
How you play it. How do you play the game? I'm throwing you off on this one now. You used to throw me off with changing the music on me. Now I'm fucking you up.
I got you with the good one now. I put it
Yeah.
back. But that's right. Are you gonna do one or no? Or that was it.
That's it.
Okay. That's right. It's time to play the game. And if you're new here, welcome. But you're probably scratching your head asking yourself, what is the game? Well, the game is a deep cut in and of itself where you got to pick a prop from the movie that we are discussing, but it can't be a well-known prop. So since we're talking Evilspeak and it's not a well-known movie, what would you call low-hanging fruit?
The sword.
Maybe the sword.
Maybe the book.
Maybe those are the only two things
Yeah.
in the movie that have any actual significance. So we'll say no to those. Everything else is fair game. I think I'll go first, sir. So, a lot of fun stuff in this movie, as always. Weird, quirky things. But you and I are no stranger to There's a handful of things that you and I just really gravitate towards. And you even brought it up in passing really quick. And I think if I had to have anything from this movie, it would have to be something that I could reuse in an absurd manner. So I want, is it a pig head, a boar head? The
boar head.
The boar dummy head.
That's eating our secretary.
Eating the secretary. Because it doesn't look real, but it doesn't look terrible.
We've seen way worse fake animal heads attacking people.
I definitely have. And I love it. It's stupid. And it just makes me want to, like, film a boar eating someone now. So I want that head. If not...
Hogzilla.
Yeah, I'm Hogzilla. Or I'm mounting it and putting it in the cabin, you know.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, so I had to have the boar head, dude. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I can't argue against that. I very much was in the same wheelhouse of just call me Al Snow, because what do I want? Head. Give me any of the heads that Clint Howard slices off. Any one of them. All of them or one of them. It doesn't matter to me. Just I'll put them on a pike.
8 heads in a duffel bag.
Yeah. 8 soccer player heads in a duffel bag. Put it in a soccer bag. You make it more, more appropriate.
That's shin pads?
An Adidas soccer bag.
The Mexican soccer team.
What you got in there? Like the heads of Clint Howard's enemies.
Yeah. Crush your enemies.
See them driven before you and hear the lamentation of their women.
Yeah, of the Esteban. Good Lord.
Esteban will return.
What if they to cast Schwarzenegger as Esteban?
I mean, as believable as
Conan.
fucking Richard Mall is.
Yeah. Just Conan the Barbarian.
Also somebody that takes heads off.
A lot of them. And
Yeah.
snake heads.
Oh, shit. And James Earl Jones.
Yeah, which he's the snake guy, yeah.
I haven't. That's like the 2 Arnold movies I'm not huge on. I do love that he punches a horse.
Yeah, that's good.
That is hilarious to me. But I've never been huge into the Conan movies. I need to give him another shake. Maybe that'll be something we do down the road. Clearly, we're going to one day have a Schwarzenegger, sound off of everything he's done.
Yeah.
And go to town on that.
Take like a year.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger it up.
It'd be the best year.
I'm also not well versed in the Conan movies. I tried, I think I told you, like 6 months or so ago, because I have both of them.
As do I.
I decided, I'm going to throw this on because I remember seeing it when I was a kid. Within like the first 10 minutes, there was so many boobs and so much like.
Well, this is.
Almost. Sex happening that I was like, I can't do this.
It's time to order a pizza.
Yeah,
and have some strangers walk through the living room.
Really, really awkward. So I just stopped it. So I haven't really dipped back into that. But I suppose on that note, we should probably get going because after all, there's a lot of movies out there and somebody's got to watch them. So why not us, right?
I will return.
Thank you for listening to the Deep Cut Podcast. We sure had a blast trying to make you all laugh. You gotta set your reminders and get ready to geek, 'cause there's a brand new episode every 2 weeks. Now that you're done with the show, leave a comment on that shit and let us know your movie prop pick. Find it on Spotify with tons of episodes. Excellent shows that'll make your head explode. Every 2 weeks there's a new episode. So rate us and subscribe to the Deep Cut Podcast. Every 2 weeks there's a new episode. So rate us and subscribe to the Deep Cut Podcast. Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks.